Tech treks are a product of our Outdoor Recreation Georgia Tech, or ORGIT as they like to be called, and they're really designed to help bring students out of their comfort zone and to get a taste of what is it like to travel into the backcountry, be a little bit uncomfortable, maybe sometimes a lot uncomfortable, but from that to learn to draw strength from within as well as from teammates, because it will resemble some of the experience at Georgia Tech, just in a more academic environment.
I feel great. I'm excited to actually start hiking since yesterday it was all flying in and setting up camp. So I'm actually excited to start backpacking and getting out there.
Tech Treks is unique to Stamps in that it is something that you're required to do as a Stamp scholar, and so the group of students who participates in it, they're not all already outdoorsy, but I think kind of this unique experience of like, this is something I have to do, and that other people have gone before me and done well even when they didn't want to do it, is unique to the Stamps Tech Trek. I would love to see it be something that is available to more students, but I do think it's just a really unique experience that's a really big benefit of being a Stamp scholar. It really creates a bond between the people on the group that wouldn't otherwise be there because of just the nature of how the group forms and what the trips are like.
Go Jackets!
I think I'm just really excited to be able to bond more with our group and just see some really cool views and push each other as we kind of do something that maybe has us all a little bit out of our comfort zones.
I'm actually really enjoying it. I thought I was gonna be a lot more tired, but I'm not. And the view is so good, and like the places we've stopped at, like it's looked so pretty.
I haven't gone like on a backpacking or camping trip, so this is a first time experience.
I think that the Tech Trek did a great job of preparing me for my first semester here at Tech. I think the biggest one that I've taken out is no matter how prepared you come in kind of to Tech, there's always going to be challenges that you face along the way. And it was very resemblant of our Tech Trek. We had a whole packing list coming in, and we had a couple of instructions too. But even though we had everything packed and everything prepared, there were still challenges and hurdles that we had along the way. And it's just our job to be able to navigate those and adapt to those adversities with the people that we're surrounding ourselves with. So even here at Tech, similar to the trek, there's going to be like peaks, there's going to be lows, but you kind of have to trek through it.
You have type 1 fun and type 2 fun. So type 1 fun is the fun that in the moment you are really enjoying and loving. And type 2 fun is really the kind of experience that really draws people the closest together. Type 1 fun definitely draws people together, but type 2 fun, you're having to work together in order to overcome a situation, in order to overcome an obstacle or an uncomfortable situation. And that is really what, forms the deepest bonds and connections.
I just did glacier climbing for the first time, and that was like the scariest experience of my entire life. I didn't think I would make it back up, but I did, even though I took a few slips, hurt my hand, but I'm good. And it showed me that I can do anything if I just try.
I did not think, especially yesterday when I woke up, because it was so cold, and I think that the soreness, the cold, almost exaggerated how sore I was, and I did not think I was gonna make it. But especially the other kids, Bryce was offering me his knee brace, people are offering to take weight off of me. So I think that
I definitely think the trek, it teaches you about resilience and about continuing to push through even if you're you're at lowest. I always talk about my day 3 of the trek was probably that morning was really, really hard for me, but I knew I still had to go through it. That was the day where we went above the tree line, and it was probably one of the most beautiful views of the entire trek, but I wouldn't have been able to experience that if I could have quit. So I think that putting that towards school, there's going to be significant lows, but I think that the lows make the highs so much higher because you had to work through that.
What better than seeing a bunch of first years going into the field for the first time, and then seeing all of our wonderful people going into the field for first, second, third, fourth time, right? I mean, this is one of the most fun parts about my job, is seeing the culmination of months and months of planning, and yeah, looking forward to seeing when we get back.
The longer Tech Trek experiences often are an avenue into volunteering with the outdoor rec program with the CRC. And from that group, we develop the next generation of Tech Trek leaders.
I am feeling very excited and just grateful for this experience. I remember when I was a Tech Trek participant 3 years ago, I was like blown away for the whole week, and it totally changed my life. And so now coming back as an expedition leader, there's nothing like Tech Treks.
I'm the expedition facilitator, so I'm there to help them reflect on the trip and sort of think about what they can learn from this experience, and also just make sure that everyone is like in a good place and feeling fine and comfortable.
I think it's so fun to get to know the incoming class. All the people that are stamp scholars are really special people. I've learned that over the years, getting to know all the people in my cohort and other cohorts, and so it's no surprise that all of these individuals on this trip are just as amazing to get to know.
I've had such an incredible opportunity to go on previous expeditions with Outdoor Rec at Georgia Tech, and this will be my final one. And I think it's kind of like serendipitous that I'm doing this, just because as someone who has just graduated, I'm kind of like passing that torch down to first years who are basically coming and taking my place at Tech.
You're the team leader today.
Yes.
How are you feeling?
I'm definitely a little bit nervous just because all of this is kind of new to me, and like now I'm leading a bunch of people.
During Tech Trek, I think I really knew that I wanted to continue being outside. I think it was just very good for me. It was a great way to reflect. So I wanted to get more involved with Orjit. I signed up for the first year leadership organization called CORE. This next semester I'll be in IIT, so instructor in training. So I think I'll be an EF this summer before I start my second year. And then hopefully the year after that, I'll get to be EL, so like the people through Orjit, and actually get to like be the leader.
You know, our trips, we do have a community that goes on them together. They all have the same iScholar identity. When you know the people that you're traveling with are people you're going to continue to travel with, right, over the next 4 years at Georgia Tech, it takes on a new meaning for you. It takes on this new sense of, wow, not only am I learning something about myself and that I can support other people and they can support me, but also these are people that I want to get to know. And I think that's really one of the benefits of why when you do a Tech Trek or an experience like it with a group of people that you share an identity with, it can actually really make the difference, so that it's not only what you learn from it, but it's who you gain from it as well.
Genuinely, these people have been chosen over the 4 pillars of stamps. I've seen so many people that are so kind, so generous.
Before the Tech Trek, I thought those key moments would be like ice climbing or rafting or, you know, just the actual backpacking itself. But I think the moments that I really took with me after the trek were the nights that me and Joylene were sitting in our tent alone and just like talking to the late hours of the night, even though we were so tired, or the campfire debriefs. We were just talking and laughing, and the debriefs were really only meant to be like maybe 30 minutes long, but I swear ours just went on for hours because we just had so much time. We enjoyed each other's company, truly.
One thing I really noticed is that everyone's very attentive to the needs of others, especially within our campsite, and we really just want to uplift each other, and we're so excited for the next 4 years together.
I think there's no other way that you can build relationships like this in such a quick period of time other than, I think, going through such a mentally and physically challenging experience.
Let's go.